Standard 9th Political Science, lesson number 5, India and the other countries. Yes, children, today we are going to study about the India and the another countries. Okay, children, now let us see here, that is the page number 84. We are going to start with the learning. We are going to start with it, and now I want every one of you all to pay attention. Okay, children, so I am reading it over here. Just pay attention. In the last chapter, we studied the United Nations and got to know about its role in peacekeeping. We also got to know that India has always helped the United Nations in this task. In this chapter, we shall take a critical review of the India's relation with neighboring countries. We will also understand India's relation with some faraway nations. Okay, children. So this is what the starting of the introduction of this lesson. Now children, in the introduction, what it is said that in the last chapter we all have studied about the United Nations. Okay children, we all have studied about the United Nations, and now we are going to study in this chapter about the India and its other countries. Okay, so now let us see the first concept of it, that is the India and her neighbors. Okay, I am starting with the reading. Every one of you all just pay attention over here. India's position in Asia is the geographical and politically important. Afghanistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal, Bhutan, China, Maldives are the India's neighbor. The values of equality and the mutual respect have a great importance in the Indian foreign policy. India has established the relations with neighboring countries on the basis of this value. India is the biggest country in the Indian subcontinent. Similarly, India is economically and technologically more advanced. It is thus the natural and that India has a great influence among the South Asian countries. Okay children, this is what I have read it. Now let us see the first one, what is said in this paragraph. Here, India, okay children, our India, it occupies one of the most important position in the Asia. So, as it is one of the important position in Asia, here Afghanistan, the names of Afghanistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal, Bhutan, China, Maldives, these are all India's neighbors. Okay. So, what happened, as these are the countries of the India, neighboring countries of India, our India has established, okay children, our India, it has established the relations with the neighboring countries on the basis of the values of equality and the mutual respect. Okay, they all had maintained that, they all had established their relations with the neighboring country. So because of this, they had developed, they all had established the relations with the neighboring country. India is one of the most biggest and economically most developed country in the Indian subcontinent. Okay children, so only our India has a great influence among the South Asian countries. Okay, now let us move on to the next one, that is the India and the Pakistan. Now I want every one of you all to pay attention over here. In 1947, India was partitioned with the two independent countries. India and Pakistan were created. India-Pakistan. Indo-Pakistan relations are influenced by the three main factors: difference in the world views of both the countries, the Kashmir questions, and nuclear rivalry between the two countries. India and Pakistan have totally different world views. In line with the Indian world views, India opposed the military alliance of the Cold War and tried to solve the Indo-Pakistan conflicts bilaterally. The Shimla's agreements of 1972 was based on the principles. On the other hand, Pakistan tried to maintain the relations with the Islamic world and the China and created and entered into the military agreements with the America. Pakistan considers Kashmir as the biggest hurdle in establishing the relations with India. The first Indo-Pakistan War took place in 1965 over the Kashmir. The Tashkent Agreement was signed in 1966, but nothing much came out of it. Even though the 1971 war was about the creations of the Bangladesh, it also had the dimensions of the Kashmir problems to it. The Shimla Agreements in 1972 provided a new format of the interactions between the India and Pakistan. In 1999, there was a conflict between the India and Pakistan over the infiltrations by the Pakistan in the Kargil region. Even today, the Kashmir questions is the basic cause of the conflict between the two countries. The nature of the conflict has changed and these new types of conflict can be described in the terrorisms. But India and Pakistan conducted the nuclear test in 1998. Both the countries have made efforts to re-establish a dialogue with each other. But considering the way in which Pakistan is supporting terrorists against the India and is engineering terrorist activities in India, all efforts at establishing dialogues are proving to be unsuccessful. Okay, children, this is what about the Indo-Pakistan. Now I am going to explain it to you all. Just pay attention over here. Now, children, in this Indian and Pakistan, there is one of the independent nation, that is India and Pakistan. After the independent nation, India and Pakistan came into the existence. In which year? That is in 1947. So what happened? Indo and the Pakistan relations, these both are the relations, they are influenced by the following factors. Okay, children, there are the three factors. First one is what? There is the differences in the worldview of both the countries. Okay, India and the Pakistan. These are both the different worldviews. Okay. Second one is the Kashmir issues. And the third one is what? That is the nuclear rivalry between the two countries. Okay. These are all said as the three factors of the India and Pakistan. Okay. So, basis on these three factors, the India and Pakistan are totally different. Okay, and during the Cold War, there was India who was followed of the non-alignment and did not join any military alliance. So the issues of the Kashmir Indo-Pakistan war took place in the year 1965 and in the year 1971 and also in the year 1999. And then Pakistan respected neither Tashkent Agreement nor Shimla Agreement. So even today, the Kashmir question is basic cause of the conflict. And then after the conflicts, there was the Kashmir. This Kashmir has taken the conform of the Pakistan supported the terrorisms. Okay, they had supported what? Terrorisms. And then the Sir Creek area is the another border dispute between the India and the Pakistan. So because of all this attainment, the dialogues with Pakistan have remained unsuccessful till the date. Okay, children, I hope every one of you all have understood this point. Now let us see the further point of it, that is the India and the China. Okay, now I would like to read it. Every one of you all just pay attention over here. The conflicts between the India and China is connected to the two issues, border issue and the status of the Tibet. The border disputes between the India and China is related to the Aksai Chin area and the McMahon line. China claims that the area south of the Aksai Chin and the McMahon line, that is the Arunachal Pradesh, is the Chinese territory. China is not willing to agree that McMahon line is in the international border. India made several efforts to sort this border dispute by the means of dialogues, but it has not met with much success. In the year 1962, China attacked the India. That Tibet was traditionally autonomous when the China was stepping up its military control in the text. Tibet, Dalai Lama took the asylum in the India. This issue has been responsible for the conflicts between the two countries. Okay, and then the threats of the Indian security is increasing due to the friendship between the China and Pakistan. Supply of weapons from the China and Pakistan and also transfer the missiles and the nuclear weapon technology. The increasing friendship between the China and Pakistan and increasing influence of China over the India, other neighbors is a cause of the concern for the Indias. A joint executive group has been set up to solve the Sino-India border disputes. Okay, India border dispute. Because of the improvements of the economics and the trade relations between the India and China and a series of the three-party talks between the Russia, China and India, Sino-India relations are improving slowly. Even though the border dispute is not completely resolved, it has taken a back seat and the relations in other areas have become more important. Okay, children, this is what I have read it. That is all about the India and the China. Okay, so now here what it is said that the conflicts was there between the India and China. There was the two issue. First one was the border issue and second one was the status of Tibet. So in the border dispute, what had happened here, that is the India and China is related to what? It is related to the Aksai Chin area. Okay, and this Aksai Chin area and the McMahon line. So China, it is claiming that areas south of Aksai Chin and McMahon line is the Chinese territory, and then China does not accept that McMahon line is one of an international border. So what happens? India is taking an effort to sort this border dispute by the dialogues and did not succeeded, and China was also not attacked than India in the year 1962. So there was Tibet. Now this Tibet was traditionally autonomous. So here the names like Dalai Lama took the asylum in India, and when China was stepping up its military control was in Tibet, and then this issue is also responsible for the conflict between the two. That is growing the friendship between the China and Pakistan, and then China is supplying the weapons and missiles to the nuclear weapons technology in the Pakistan. Okay, so this improvement in the economic and the trade relation between the India and China and a series of three-party talks between the Russia, China and the India, Sino-India relations are improving slowly. Okay children, I hope every one of you all must have understood it. Thank you.